and cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you would.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another episode of Champagne and Things with me in the candy shop. Before we get into all this stuff, make sure you guys join the tribe, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna tell you something Busy be saying. Make sure you guys, if you want to join my tribe, please step on my side, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your notifications, make sure you turn them on all so you get notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section, give me the algorithm if you watch the replay. Also, if you are here in the live, comment in the chat or at least hit the like button. That's all. Now, what is going on with you as a candy shop?
Nothing much. I'm feeling good today. Happy to be here, ready to get into this case that we're going to discuss because I've been watching different people's lives. It's a lot of information all over the place. I want to see what people in the comments think. I want us to talk through this because I'm getting stressed out just watching all the different lives.
Absolutely. We were just talking before we even started the live. I'm like, I don't even know what to talk about because I'm so confused.
Yeah.
We're going to start it off with some little light stuff so we can let people come into the chat and into the channel because, again, you guys know I haven't been live that much. So the algorithm goes really slow for me, but eventually it does get there. But I am confused with the Megan Thee Stallion stuff. I'm ready to talk. I didn't post. We're going to talk about Little Fizz.
Yes.
And his Little Fizz. And we're going to talk about
his little fizzle pop. His frizzle pop.
Little fizzle pop. And also Ellen's DJ. What's his name?
Stephen
Twitch, yes. So, and honestly, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really know about the guy. And, I do feel sorry and sad about this. I did not know about him really at all. So I know a lot of people have been posting about him. I didn't watch the Ellen show, so I didn't really know.
Yeah.
So I did want to start with that because that's the most saddest part of this and then go into the more interesting stuff.
Yes, it is very sad. I knew of him a little more because I did watch Ellen, and then he was also on So You Think You Can Dance. He was always.
I read that's where he met his wife at.
Yes, he was always very happy dancing.
Oh, hold on, wait. Let me say hello to the three people that's here. What's going on to Dina Grant?
Hey,
What's
Dina
going
Grant.
On to is it Nivea?
Neva, I think it's
Neva. And what's going on to Platinum 2001? I want to keep saying 2021, but 2000. But yes, so go ahead.
Yes, so he basically was on So You Think You Can Dance, and then he was a DJ for Ellen. They would have a routine kind of at the beginning of her show. When I watched it, they would always do a dance routine, and then his TikToks would come up for me on TikTok with him dancing. And actually, his very last post, 24 hours prior to him unaliving himself, he was just speaking on his mom, and some people say you could tell. From me watching it, he still seemed really happy. So you just never know about people.
People say they can tell what?
That the signs were there. But the thing is, he apparently was dealing with depression and just felt like there was nothing else he could do, I assume.
Okay, well, I did want to read the article for people who didn't know, like I didn't know. So this comes from TMZ. It says law enforcement sources tell them that Stephen's wife, Allison Holker, which that's not his last name, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Ran into LAPD station Tuesday frantic because she said that Stephen had left home without his car. She said that wasn't like him. We're told a short time later, police got a call for a shooting at an LA hotel, and they found Stephen there dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Stephen started DJ. Oh, we didn't read that part.
And his last name is actually Boss.
Yeah, that's what I didn't think that was his last name. So yeah, I don't know why they put that last name there, but so I do know. I read like many articles where she was saying like she was kind of weirded out that he left the house without his car, and you've been married. I've been married. Well, you are, and you're still in your marriage. I'm gonna say like no. I mean, I know you've been married and you're married now, but I've been married. I don't know. Well, that might have been a red flag for me.
Yeah, it would be a red flag for me if my husband is gone and his car is still there.
Yeah. So that would be a little scary for me. I mean, because honestly, I mean, my first thing would be like, where who you leaving with, or why you ain't, who picked you up? You know what I'm saying? But I think that this story, and I didn't want to kind of really kind of dive into this a little bit, and I wish I would have put up the number because I was trying to look it up before we went live, but I was reading everything else. I want to say this, guys, if you are dealing with like mental health issues, or you're thinking about things like this, like please call somebody, because this is so preventable, if that's the right word. Um, or at least let somebody know, because right now, like they're trying to find out, because they said that the police officers confiscated the bag that he had, so they don't know if he had like a note in there where he's explaining why this has happened or anything. So right now, his family has no idea why this is happening, why he did this. And I just want to say this because to me, I've experienced this in middle school, which is play Russian roulette, and this is in middle school, and to this day, like we still don't know why he played Russian roulette by himself. But it's so detrimental. Like if you're having questions about your life, or you're going through depressions and you feel like you want to unalive yourself, please like call somebody you can talk to, or at least talk it out with somebody. I don't know if this man did or not, but I'm just asking, like, for my subscribers or your subscribers or whoever's watching this, please like call somebody before you do this, because there's somebody out there who would love to be around you. And I'm gonna read the comments in a minute, y'all. I just want to go on this little tangent for a minute. There's somebody who will talk to you and who will be your lifeline and who will be there for you through your whole situation. Sometimes, people go through things and we just don't know how bad it is. And it's hard to determine how bad it is if you don't say that. And I would hate for one of my friends, like I would hate for you to be going through things that you never tell me. The next thing I know, like you're gone. You know what I mean? Like that's worse than you going through what you're going through. For me, I just would never want to wake up one day and like one of my friends are gone, and we couldn't even talk about it, or I couldn't talk you out of it, or whatever you were going through. You never talked to me about it, because I would want to at least try to help say something or get you the help, and I will walk you through the entire thing. I have a friend. Literally, I still call him my best friend. Um, he went through alcoholic. He's an alcoholic, and he disappeared. I didn't know what happened to him. He came back around, like a year later, and I realized like he really had a bad problem, and he's going through a lot of things. And I realized that he can't be around me and a lot of our friends because we drink. But I've told him, like, listen, if you want to hang out, like, I have no problem with stop drinking and smoking my cigarettes, whatever. And I stopped smoking cigarettes because of him. And that's my thing. It's like you just talk to somebody who, especially if you like close to somebody, because you never know who's really on your side when it's down to this stuff. People don't want to believe it because they're like, if you would have done it, you would have done it. I don't want to wait till you've done it to realize that's how you feel. You know what I mean? I hate when people say that. And because I witnessed that as a kid, because I wasn't even a teenager at the time. I never want to have a friend who does this who feel like they can talk to me.
I definitely agree. I agree with you 100%. I also hope that whoever is going through this seeks like the mental health,
Right.
because that's a big help for I can self. I've gone through depression, I've gone through things, and sometimes I didn't always want to be a burden to my family or my friends.
Right.
I didn't want to continue to complain. So to have that outlet of somebody to talk to that doesn't necessarily know me, but is there
Mhm.
to help me, actually helped. And I know people kind of frown on mental health, but it, like the mental health industry and those doctors, that's what they're there for.
It's
So
amazing.
I definitely say go and talk to them, talk to somebody that doesn't even know you, where you won't feel judged, because that's another issue at times that I dealt with, feeling judged by my friends or my family.
Mhm.
Everybody handles things differently, and so you
Mhm.
definitely have to give people that space to be to themselves at times if they
Mhm.
need to, and be there if they need you. I also feel sorry for his children, his
Me
wife,
too.
his
And his
family,
wife,
because I'm
yeah.
sure they didn't see this coming as well. When you look at his TikToks, he's very happy. He has a lot of TikToks with his family, his
They
children. So
they
I
just
think
they just
it's very,
celebrated their anniversary, their ninth anniversary, I think.
yes. So it's very sad.
Yeah.
Uh, Very good guy. He was. I watched Ellen for many many years and enjoyed his dance segments with her. So it's
Mhm.
surprising and sad to see him go. Rest in peace.
Yeah. And just to just to go even back into this, like I've been there. I actually called like when I was going through my phase of coming out. It was a hard time. There was a day where I felt that way, and I guess the cockiness in me, I want to say, I'm gonna say it's the cockiness in me. I was like, I'm too good to be done doing this. But I just feel like it's the confidence in myself, and I think that for me, if I had a friend who I thought was doing this, I would try to build that up in them. Like, do you know who you are? Like, I mean, I would build you up so bad. My God, why am I feeling this way? Um, it's bringing me to another place. But I would build my friend up to a place where I'm at least to the point where we can go and get help, because that's what I did. Because I've been through SA, you know. I went through my transition of telling my friends and family and losing everybody because of me coming out. And it was a very depressing time. And I felt like, I didn't have anybody and things like that. So it was hard. I didn't want to bring my family and my friends down. I didn't want to lose everybody either. And so there was a time where I felt this way, and I remember, and this is why people don't understand my the love I have for Beyonce. But literally, I was watching the Fight of Temptations, and I remember listening to the song where they had, it feels like I'm always falling short, but because I'm not worthy, but God still loves me, whatever. And that song really, like, I mean, I cried tears. I remember I called my aunt and I told her, I was like, listen, this is who I am. And me and her held that secret for a long time, but I knew I had her on my side. And that got me through a lot in life, um, until I had to come out to my entire family. But I just feel like, people, I mean, if y'all know me, I'm that friend. I'm just saying it right now. If y'all feeling that way, call me.
I have a
And I'm,
question.
yeah, uh
I have a question for you because I'm looking at Gigi's comment.
okay.
She said something really good about sadly men's mental health does not get enough light, and definitely black men in their mental health. My cousin,
This one?
yes, I had a cousin. We were the same age many years ago, back when I was in college. He did this very thing, and he's no longer here. And we didn't see it coming. And like you don't hear a lot of times black
Hold on,
men
let's let's
talking about their
let's
mental
let's
health.
read it real quick. So it
Mhm.
says, when battling depression as I do regularly, as with PTSD, I can relate to what the young lady is saying. Sadly, men's mental health does not get enough light at all. And that's very true. Because growing up as a man, like you have to be something, especially, I mean, I could just talk from my space as a gay man growing up, and knowing that, and not other people, like not even being able to even say that. But taking the gay part out, like just being a man, period, like not being able to have emotions and things like that, like it's so unhealthy, because everybody should be able to cry. Everybody should be able to have feelings. Everybody should be able to go through things and not feel like, oh, you the man, you should be able to protect this or you should be able to hold this down. No, we have freaking feelings and we have freaking like lives. Like if things affect you, like you should take care of that. Don't put that to the side. And I'm gonna say something that people probably ain't gonna even like. That church stuff. Praying about it and letting it go does not work all the time because God, if you want to pray about it, God has given you tools on this earth to deal with these things. So it's not about praying about it and letting it and giving it to God. No, God has given it already to you. Take care of it because He's given the tools to you to take care of it on this earth. And I feel like people just a lot of us as we go to church and we think, and I'm a PK, so I know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it from my life right now. I'm saying it from growing up. I live my life with the fact, you know what, pray about it, and let God handle it, and let it go. And I live my life that way a lot. And I've dealt with a lot of depression, not only with my sexuality, but with me being bullied in school, with me not like in school, not like my edge, like my me having ADHD, with my grades and stuff. Like I could not concentrate enough to do things unless I was like extremely interested in it, and it made me feel like I wasn't worth anything. And I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. I was in high school, and they had this program called the Bank One Academy, and you had to have a certain GPA for this, but I didn't have it because my teachers were boring to me. They didn't make it interesting. It wasn't a hands-on thing for me. But I had one class where it was for my business. It was the Business Academy class, and we did like brochures, and we did like what is it? It was iMovie stuff. Like we put movies together and stuff on iMovie and things. I excelled in those things. But because my GPA did not match that class, I couldn't be a part of it. And it made me feel like worthless, to be honest. And so I remember in this class, my teacher, they asked us to build a brochure for Nike. And so I went all out for this brochure. I put that thing together. It could have been like a real Nike brochure, to be honest. The teacher from the class, because he was like the head of the Bank One Academy, when I made that brochure, he asked to use that for the Bank One Academy.
Yeah,
And I
I
felt
remember you
like,
told us.
wow, like I'm good enough to present my shit to them. Because that was something that set them up for jobs after they left high school. Oh, let me say, what's up, my Anale? That's my homegirl from home. But that tore me apart. And I think about that all the time. It was great that when we were talking about this, it made me think about that. That tore me apart because it's like until I became an adult, nobody even realized what my learning disability was. And so living my life this entire time, going through grade school, knowing I didn't find out that I had ADHD until I got into high school. But learning all that and then them using my project for something I can't even get into, that destroyed me. And it put me in a very depressing state of mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you told this story before. That was very unfortunate. I had another question for you in regards to black men and mental health.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes I wonder how do you guys see yourself, just period, as a man and as a black man? Like I was talking to my husband today, and he mentioned something. You don't mind if I share this, do you? He mentioned that he doesn't know what his identity is. Because we both work and take
Mhm.
care of these kids. It's like we're robots just moving through. And you're like being younger. Of course, we thought we knew
Mhm.
our identities, but as black men, what is your identity, or for you, what is your identity?
I would say growing up, and this might kind of go with what he said. I feel like I was supposed to be like a workhorse. Like I gotta work and work and work and work to provide for somebody, and hopefully it works out. And if it don't work out, like I gotta stay in this miserable space in my life. And I think that growing up, I knew what I was, but I felt like what I was supposed to be. I knew that wasn't me. But I feel like I was depressed a lot, growing up because I never wanted to be a worker. I worked in factories. I'm like, I'm not even built to do manual labor. And I'm working at factories and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, when I got a job at Macy's, I was so excited because I didn't have to like push boxes and lift stuff because I never wanted to do any of that stuff. But I feel like it's almost like you're a zombie as a man growing up. And that might not be how it is now, but I feel like it's almost like you're just a zombie working to create something. But I think it's a black thing too. For as a black man, it's like from everything that people have went through before us, they put that on us. And I don't blame them because that's how they grew up. And I applaud the kids coming up now because they make their own decisions on how they want to live life. And people call them lazy, but they also are like building YouTube channels. I know 3 kids right now that's at my school who have YouTube channels who are making thousands of dollars every week. And it's like parents didn't know how to teach their children the skills. And a lot of those kids went on YouTube and just vented about their parents and things that they have taught them. And other kids started seeing it and they see the money they were making. I would literally roll home in my Uber car 2 days ago. And this lady was talking to me about financial literacy, which she's actually going to come on my channel. We're going to talk about it because she does financial literacy for kids. She also does it for adults as well. And I said, I would love for you to come on my YouTube channel to explain this because I don't think that a lot of parents understand what that's like for children coming up now because I think our generation is like, we're in the lost phase. It's like, whatever we can do to make money, we're going to do it. But we're going to do it. We want a vacation, but we're going to work, 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 work. But the kids that are coming up now, they're like, no, we're going to vacation, vacation, vacation. And there has to be some kind of middle point for this because it doesn't work either way. You have to work. And she was saying to me, because she was like, the kids are doing YouTube now and it's fun, but they're going to get older. Or the people that are following are going to still support them when they turn 20 and 30 and 40, you know. And that was a good point to me because I'm like, that makes a lot of sense because kids get tired of stuff after a while. Then when bills start hitting and real life start hitting, YouTube ain't gonna be the thing they're gonna be tuning into all the time. And so I think about that. But going back to what your question is, as a man, I think that life was just hard. It was just like you got to be this tough person. You have no emotions. You got to be the provider and these things. And I think I grew up that way. That's why I've worked since I was in the 6th grade
Yeah.
because literally, I think I've told it before. My dad was on drugs when I grew up. And so my mom was responsible for buying my sister clothes for school, and my dad was responsible for buying me schools for clothes. But when it came time for school clothes, my dad took me like to Target, and I got teased at school because of what I wore. And so I got a job in the cafeteria at school, so I could buy me clothes and stuff that looked presentable at school, and buy shoes that looked presentable at school because my dad he was on drugs, so I couldn't really afford that stuff. So it's hard because it's like my mom's family, because my mom has like sisters, she don't have any brothers, so they don't really know what like it is like to be a man. So they was like, we're gonna take care of the girls. But my dad is like, you know, the men in his family, I think both of them are on drugs. And my other uncle, he doesn't have any kids at all. So it was hard because it was like I never really had an example of what it looked like until I went to like this program called Brother to Brother, Sister to Sister when I was in Ohio, growing up, and my mentor showed me what it was like to be a man. That's when I really feel like I became a man from that program. And that's why I always encourage people to like put their kids in those type of programs because if I didn't, I would have never went to college had it not been for that. If I would have went to college, it would have been for me to escape my family, not for my education.
Yeah. As an adult Black man, what do you do now to help your mental health?
I go to therapy all the time. Like I weekly go. And I think that it's important because every day is a struggle for me. From everything I've been through as a kid, and going through a divorce, I struggle every day for this stuff. I'm going through something with my grandmother right now. People saw me break down the other day on my live. Life is hard for me as a man, and I fight the fact that I'm not allowed to have emotions a lot of times, especially in front of other people. Like my close friends network, I'm okay with that. But when it's like in public, I don't. I literally went to work um last week. I remember what day it was, and I did. Oh, it was last Friday, and I went to work last Friday, and I literally sat on the side of my bed, and I texted one of my coworkers, and I said, I'm sitting at home, I'm dressed, but I'm so depressed. I don't want to come. I don't want to be around y'all because I don't want to bring anybody else down. They came and picked me up from my house to go to work. And before she took me to work, she said, you don't always have to be strong. And because of our conversation, she knows like I always feel that I have to be that way. The stuff I've been through on YouTube, like, you know, I don't respond. I don't feel like I can fight back a lot. I feel like I have to just take everything. Everything has to be taken. I can't respond. I just have to take everything. And so I do, and to the point where I explode. And I'm happy that I have people around me now who can say, listen, let it out on me. If you don't do it with anybody else, do it with me. But that's how I handle things. Like again, also I go through therapy once a week because without that, I probably would explode every day.
Yeah. This is a sad, very sad topic.
Yeah.
So
And I'm wondering if this is one of his things. I mean, the Ellen show is over. Is it because he lost his job and like he has to find another one? There's many things that could have played into this situation. And I would love to understand what happened and also make this an example for other black men who are going through these things because if this is the case, because a lot of us don't talk about anything. We suffer
yeah.
through it.
And he's at a point of his life because he was 40,
Mhm.
somewhat around our age. We are getting to our midlife, and it's like, who actually are we? Am I really happy with this? And it's different things. Hey, healthier male with you. So we won't know. Hopefully, they find out more information from this bag that they have taken. But yeah.
But what do you do, like as a woman? Like, how do you deal with it?
I go to therapy as well. I
Mhm.
as I communicate. If I have an issue with something, I like to talk things through. And
Mhm.
so therapy helps me a lot. I have a counselor and a psychiatrist.
Mhm.
So in talking to them, it's a safe space. I
Yeah.
can share how I'm feeling about something and not be judged. Because my thing is I don't want to be judged. I don't want people looking at me differently for this. And so
Right.
my therapy has helped.
I always tell people, I'm like, I can go to my therapist and shit on everybody and go home and be okay, because I feel that way when I get back home because I'm able to shit on everybody and tell them how I feel. And
Yeah.
when I get home, at least I said it to somebody, so I'm not harboring those feelings.
hmm And I like what Young Rich said because he was always happy.
He was always so happy and full of life and wanted to help the next generation. It's just so devastating and shocking. But you know what? A lot of people like this, especially a lot of men who are like this, um, they're doing this because they don't have that.
Yeah, they're being advocates for other people, but nobody's advocating for them.
Yeah, they're giving out what they wish they had.
Yeah.
So you'll see that a lot. So if you see somebody who's off, and you'll see a lot. I see this a lot of time. They're like, he's just too happy, and I'm like, well, they should be able to be happy. But I've learned through the years, if you see somebody who's overly happy like that, check on. They always say, check on your strong friend. Check on your strong friend because your strong friend really probably ain't that damn strong.
hmm
They're projecting what they want back in their lives on you, hoping that you might give it back to them. And most people will take and never give back.
Yeah.
I was expecting us to go this deep in this conversation.
hmm
It's a good conversation though, and I mean, It's a hard conversation. I feel like I want to say a lot more than I don't want to say because I seen Chef Don Don on Twitter today, kind of saying something like this, and I was like, man, you have no idea like what I'm even going through right now. Like I'm going through a lot of shit right now. I just don't talk about. And I understood what he was saying, and I'm like, you know what? The crazy part is that we are two black men who are going through a lot of things that don't even know each other, but we know each other through the social media.
Hmm.
How awesome would it be for us to like talk about the things that we're going through to help? Like, how therapeutic would that be? But we just like we going through shit, not talking
Hmm.
about it, like and like letting it out together, and like it may not even solve your problem, but like mentally and internally, it might help.
Yeah.
So that was a really good question that you asked.
Thank you. I wanted to know. I wanted to hear from you.
Let me read some of these comments. Cindy said he did have a job. He was one. He was one of the permanent judges on the show. He started on So You Think You Can Dance. And then Q says, as a Laxapro,
well, Butrin
some of
and
these words that he said, I've
connoisseur.
learned to manage I've learned to manage and navigate the waters.
Those are all mental health medications.
Yeah, I can't pronounce none of them. And Miss Jack of Trade says, I'm dealing with my severe depression cycle. Yeah. But people are dealing with stuff. I mean, especially after COVID, you know,
Yeah.
we had to
And
sit at home and deal with ourselves. It heightened a lot of that up for a lot of us. I literally, I'll be honest. A lot of days I sit at home and lay in my bed all day, and I'm
yeah,
just laying there, can't get
yeah,
up, and don't know why. And I think about stuff, and I'm like, I want to get up, like I want to come on YouTube. I want to. There's that I want to wake up and go to work, and I don't go to work. Like depression sits in. I work through this with my therapist because it's hard. I think this. I'll even be honest. I mean, and I don't even care if people talk about it or whatever. The stuff that happened with me on YouTube that took me down because at that time I had like death after death after death after death. And on top of that, then they're trashing me on YouTube. It depressed me. That's why I started going on vacations and stuff to bring myself back to life.
yeah.
People don't understand. It's funny for you or I'm exposing you, but in real life, you don't understand mentally what it's doing to people. So
Because it takes a lot to get up here and like speak
yeah,
and be judged, and people make assumptions about your life.
yeah,
And it's like we have to log off and go
yeah,
home with that. Hey, Sassy Peach, we have to log off and go through back to our normal lives as if everything is okay while we are being bullied or dragged or whatever
yeah.
online, and we have to act like it's all good. Gotta come and show face. We gotta get back online, and it's like people are judging. Okay, how is this person gonna react to this? How like, and so me myself, I had to realize that I don't care about what anybody has to say. Like,
Yeah.
especially the older I get,
Mhm.
people are going to feel about me the way they feel about me. I can't, that has nothing to do with me.
Correct.
All I can do is come on here, have a
Mhm.
good conversation with you, engage with the audience. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. But it's not my fault if you don't like me. And so
I
I
think
had to really learn that.
I think that's my normal mentality. But at that time, I was going through so much stuff. I couldn't be in that space. And it was just hard. Like people don't know how hard that was for me. And I never ever have even talked about it. And I guess because we're talking about this man unaliving himself, I just want people to know that like you have no idea how hard that was for me going through what I was going through at the time. Every time we come on YouTube, we don't express everything we go through in life. And I think I had expressed about my family dying at the time. My father lost his entire family at that time. And I sat there and had to be strong for him and be strong for myself at the same time. and nobody really cared about it. And besides, my real family, everybody was like, "Oh, we're exposing them, we're all this stuff." You have no idea why they're pulling up. That they were pulling up. But the reality was is that my family life was in shambles at the time, and I was at the point at that time where I just didn't know what life looked like for me after that. But I would have never said at that time, I'm glad that yeah, and I always say, I'm too fine to even unalive myself. I'm never going to do that. But it was a thought at one point because I'm like, man, it's like everybody's leaving my dad. My dad is so depressed. Me and my dad have not even had a good relationship growing up, and we finally have it. And now he's going through this. Like I felt so bad for my dad. Like I had no idea how to even console him because we were just getting a relationship together. And then this is happening, and I got to deal with this on top of that. It was hard for me. But I was like, that's why I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break. I don't care if my algorithm goes down. I'm gonna just be honest with myself and be like, you know what? I'm gonna take myself back, take a step back. I'm gonna go on vacations. I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna just deal with me. You know. But people don't really be caring about none of that stuff. They just want to do what they want to do and say what they want to say. At the end of the day, when it affects other people, and to the point where what happens with this man, then what do you say? Oh, we're glad he's gone.
No, I just look
Are
at it.
we?
Sometimes I look at the people that are doing whatever they're doing to me or you or whoever. These people are people that are not happy with themselves. And so
Right.
once I acknowledge that, it definitely helped me move on. But Miss Jack of all trades said that she's scared to go back and try therapy because she had a lot of bad experience. And that experiences, that's very unfortunate. I would definitely say in the future when looking for, like, let's say you're a licensed counselor, or even, well, let's just say counselor, because the counselor is the person that you'll be able to talk to. They're the ones that don't prescribe the medicine, but you can have the conversation. And when I've looked for therapists, I always like to talk or find people that look like me, my age, Black, similar backgrounds, because they can somewhat identify with what I'm saying. So it takes some time to find a good counselor, and when you do, it's worth it.
Chrislyn said, my oldest daughter told me that I mostly neglect them because I was always in survival mode. I never knew that I was doing that, and I crushed it, and it crushed me. That's another reason I wanted to see a therapist. I also want to say this, and this is not Ms. Jack of all trades situation. And I'm not saying this about you. I don't, because I don't know white people, so I'm gonna just say a lot of Black people, because I know a lot of Black people who do this. They want the therapist to tell them what they want to hear. And that's not what therapy is about. It's about actually, because they're not supposed to tell you what to do. They're supposed to jog you through your emotions and things you've been through and help you jog yourself to where you need to be. And I knew that because when me and Mike were together, I went through therapy about me and my essay. And then I also went through because we were having issues with our relationship. And a lot of I worked my ass off for everything that I wanted because I never really had anything emotionally besides my mom, and I wanted more than that. And the more that I learned about me, the more that I learned what I what I require. And so this is why, like, I haven't been in a relationship in a long time because I like what I require. If you can't give it to me, and I don't expect it on day one, but if I see signs of what how it's going to be in the beginning, I'm not dating you. And as a friend, the same way, I can say this. Um, I can say this because I met the candy shop. I met Nola. I met Princess. I met a lot of people from YouTube where I know, like, I can count on them when I'm having bad. I mean, Nola text on me every day, every single day. She texts me, "Are you at work? Did you go to work? What time did you get there?" For real, like that's how she does me every day. Me and the candy shop, we'll call each other like we having a bad day. We call each other, but like, you know what? I just need a vent, and we do that. You got to find friends where it's a double sided thing and it's not a one sided thing. And then and then go through your therapy because it's important for us as Black people. We've been through a lot in life. Our ancestors have been through a lot in life. And this is why I'm gonna go to a commercial break, which is not a commercial break, but I'm gonna go to a commercial break. Y'all need to watch Kindred. Y'all need to watch Kindred because
Yes, I'm about to start it tomorrow.
Yes, I need to watch Kindred because it deals with this, and it's and this is maybe why I feel this way about this show. It deals with this because this girl been going through all this stuff in her entire life, and she doesn't know why, and she's dealing with it. We have to deal with our traumas, y'all, before we end up not being here. But anyway,
I thought you were about to actually play a commercial.
No. I didn't even make one. I was like, I was going to actually put up the one of the overlays and make one, but I was like, no, because I'll do it this week, so we can do it next week. But I really want y'all to watch that show. It's very important to watch it. So it's on Hulu. It's a book called Kindred. They made it into a series. Please watch it. But it goes along with our conversation right now.
You ready to talk about the next topic, or you want to stay on this?
I'm ready because I'm getting down.
I know. On a lighter note,
getting down. Like I'm feeling sad.
Yeah. Did you want to go to Fizzle Pop?
Let's go to Fizzle Pop. Did you want to go here?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to talk about it? No, you go ahead and talk about it because I feel like he's in your arena now.
Why do I have all these?
He's a part of your community.
We don't know that. He could be paid. We do not know that. It's not our fault. He does not know that Mary had a little lamb. Because maybe he came from Mary had a little bald-headed brother named Ball. No. We said I began watching it last night and ordered the book too. Oh, okay, Sassy Peach.
It just seems like one thing about Kindred though, because I watched the trailer. It seems like that movie though. Remember with what's the girl? It's a movie that came out maybe 2 years ago where she would have a dream and she was in slavery, and then she would wake up and be back at home. It reminds me
from Kindred though.
Oh, that movie?
Yes, Kindred.
Janelle Monáe. She was in the movie.
Kindred was. I read that book back in like elementary or middle school.
Oh.
So if that was a movie they already made, the idea came from Kindred, because that Kindred, I read that book literally in middle school or elementary school. I can't remember what year I read it in.
Antebellum was the name of the movie. I was just looking it up with Janelle Monáe. It's on Hulu too. It's an okay movie. Yeah. But it sounds like a similar story.
It probably is, but I think that for me, Kindred is just a little bit for me more relatable because the way that the book described it and then watching it. Look, hey, Miss Val.
Hey, Evangelist Val. See, Evangelist Val saw it too.
Yeah. Miss Val, are you going to watch Kindred? Anybody who here wasn't here yesterday, y'all watch Kindred. But let's move on. So we took a little Fizzle Pop. So Little Fizz from B2K has, y'all know he has an OnlyFans page. And Miss Val said Kindred was great. So you watched the whole thing, Miss Val?
Yes. See, I gotta watch it now. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Did you watch the whole thing, Miss Val? Because girl, we got to talk. But no, Little Fizzle popped the pop and popped his little booty pop onto the internet. Okay. And people are now. We already seen his little mushroom before. Now we seeing his little Fizzle pop,
his little Tootsie Roll, because that's what it looked like. Like so Deb, I'm confused. First of all, why is it that angle? Like, what is this angle? Why is it tooted up?
Let's rewind this back because there was one that was not him. The one that looked used was not him. Somebody the caption. Actually, I can tell you.
No, the one I saw is little and it's tooted up.
Was it the video? Okay, yes, that's him. Miss Val, we're going to be doing reviews next week, so come over here. I'm doing reviews next week. But yes, so I was confused when I seen that because I'm like, well, why do we see his Fizzle?
Like, what woman would want to see him on his back tooted up like that?
Well, some women want to see that. I mean, they eat him, so I think that's how they do it.
One eyebrow. I'm trying to lift it up. One eyebrow. Like,
I mean, since we here, we having this conversation now. Do you do that?
Hell no, I don't eat no groceries. No.
Okay, but there's some women who do. So some women might have been
To each
turned on
his
about
own.
it.
To each his own.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, there's some women who do. I didn't automatically assume he was gay. I just assumed, some woman who's been tearing that ass up. I thought,
It was just so, and then his child's mother, what's her name? The one
who?
from his child's mother.
Moniz?
Yeah, Moniz. She made her comments about it. She was shocked by it. So, I mean,
We talked about it. We had a conversation about it. Hey, Pink Dynamite. Gigi, what you saying? Wait a minute.
It's just like, why do we keep seeing this boy naked?
I mean, on the gay side, I mean, they made that one that they thought that one that was him wasn't him. Everything else looked fine to me. I just don't know why he's doing that though.
Right.
Like, if that was requested, I mean, because OnlyFans, you can request stuff. So maybe that's what they wanted to see. I don't know. And then he put up a post saying that wasn't him, but we know it was him.
Yes.
And when Monique said, I'm like, well, confirmation.
And it's like waxed.
Huh?
I said, and it's like waxed.
I mean, maybe he just has to grow hair.
Woo. It's just, I don't know what to say.
There's some men who don't grow hair at all. Like, and there's some men who like to wax it. So,
yeah. So I'll just say,
when my exes do it, I'm like, please stop, because it makes me feel like a pedophile. Like, I should say that pedophile, but I don't like the no hair thing because it makes me feel like, why? I don't like this.
Yeah, but I'll say this to Mr. Frizzle Pop, because that's what they was calling him on Shade Room. Sir, you might want to not go do all this on OnlyFans since your stuff keeps getting leaked. Like, what's the point of having it on OnlyFans if I can go easily to Twitter and just look it up?
Well, I think you got to see everything. I think that was like a clip. But
I saw enough.
I think what he needs to do is what the other OnlyFans people do is go on Twitter and get the previews so people can go subscribe.
I feel like with Twitter, I don't even have to have an OnlyFans. If I want to find somebody naked, I just go to Twitter because it's everything.
The thing is a lot of them people, and I'll say this because my ex does OnlyFans. A lot of people, they do the clips, and then people go buy the subscription so they can see the full thing. So I'm saying if that's what he's doing, maybe that was like a promotional thing, because they pay for those little repost my things. We shout out to what's his name, Roland Ray, scamming the girls. But shout out to Roland Ray because they paid for those little clips and stuff so they can promote it. So maybe Fizz paid the people to put that out there so they can go.
Put it all out there though. Like, we don't gotta pay for nothing because it's there. The little Tootsie Roll Pop.
I think people want to see what's happening with the Tootsie Roll Pop on the OnlyFans though. Like, if you're just showing us this clip, what's happening on the OnlyFans?
It looked juicy. That's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to offend anybody.
Listen, promotion is promotion, and hopefully he paid them, and he's not like Roland Ray.
Go to Red Label's comment.
Which one?
Put stuff out there.
If it helps you feel any better, the candy shop. LOL. I don't grow hair in that region. See, everybody don't grow hair down there.
Oh goodness.
Oh, and good night, Pink Dynamite. This y'all said, okay, y'all have a good night. Listen, you never know what's going to happen over here, okay?
Yes.
You never know.
I'm surprised Young Rich ain't here to say some craziness.
Young Rich was up in the comments earlier.
I know, but I wonder where she's at now for the craziness.
Oh, Young Rich probably did go back over to Twitter. Young Rich, y'all don't follow Young Rich, go over to Twitter and follow Young Rich. That's where all the things go down there.
Evangelist Val talking about hashtag not juicy. It was.
Not a sector bedtime. I mean, you be up at like 3:00 in the morning. It's still what 9:56. You're good. But yeah, so Fizzle Pop is Fizzle popping all over the internet. He lying saying it wasn't him, and hey, subscribe to the OnlyFans to see
It
more.
looked like it was his bussy, and I know every man don't have a bussy, but I see he got one.
I hate that
Put
word.
it on there.
I hate that word.
But that's what he was showing. It looked like a bussy.
What is it? What is that?
I'm not saying it.
What is that?
I'm not saying
No gay people call it. I mean, like some like 5% call it that. But what is that?
that's what it looked like he was showing. I ain't saying it.
I
Can we
want
go?
to say something else, but let me not say that.
Oh, so
you
man,
want to look at the stallion?
yeah, it's funny we both said it at the same time.
I'm gonna say something I should not have said. But go ahead. Right, Fifi. What is that? You can have the conversation. Now you know. Let me stop.
So Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and Kelsey. So I want to start with, because it's a lot of channels that have been covering this.
Mhm.
I want to just jump right in and get to Kelsey today, because that's who was on trial.
Okay.
Well, not on trial, but that's who spoke today. She pled the fifth when they had asked her, did she think Tory Lanez was going to shoot her? So this case is, to me, all over the place.
It is.
I don't know what happened. It seems like they're painting Meg out to be this hoe. From what I gather from everything, I'm gonna take you through a short timeline of that night. So
before you even say that, because I
Mm-hmm.
want to agree with you, it feels like a takedown of Megan Thee Stallion for me.
Yeah,
They're jealous of her, and that's my own personal opinion. You don't have to believe the way that I believe. You say what Nene said. You can say you want to say do whatever do. I believe what I believe. And I feel like it's a takedown of Megan Thee Stallion with this story because it's so all over the place where you can't even, if people are connecting dots, it doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know if it's a takedown of her, but I really wish when she interviewed with Gayle King, she would have been upfront with her story, because now how are we supposed to believe her? It appears that she lied when she was.
I think she was being honest about how she felt at that time, though.
But no, Gayle King asked her, was she intimate with Tory Lanez? And she said no.
But let me ask you this. So we're on YouTube together. I'm a straight man, right? I'm a straight man. No, but I'm a straight man. And then, they ask you, and you're married, or what? Let's say you're not married, but let's say that, you're a popular YouTube channel or whatever, and you know how they look at Black women who sleep with other people that's in the industries, like. Yeah. To me, I didn't think of it as like, oh, she lied, like she's a liar. I feel like she was trying to be like, no, we weren't, because take this out of the equation right now. The man shot me in my foot.
To me, her relations with him are relevant to why she was shot, though. So that's something that I would not have lied about.
But I don't care. But I feel like it's still like a kind of embarrassing, or like it's a shameful thing that people look at.
For me as a woman, and I'll say this, like a lot of people will say things about her and know her past and know what she's done. And she promotes sex anyway. So people are going to automatically call her that. That's why I don't understand why she wants to lie about that relationship. Like what exactly are you hiding? That part is
like she slept with Tory Lanez, and she slept with the baby. She slept with, they listed like all these people that she slept with. I'm like,
has she?
Why is who she slept with a factor in this?
The thing is, though, who she slept with outside of Tory Lanez to me is irrelevant, but her sleeping with him is relevant to the situation of her getting shot, because it gives makes it more, it gives more fuel to the fire as to his reasoning for shooting her. If he was having relations with both of them and they got into a fight or whatever, or whoever, that it makes sense as to why he possibly shot her. As for her other sex capades and all that, it don't matter. But her sleeping with him, I think that is relevant to it, and that's just my opinion.
But you have to look at it like this is how I see it. You have to look at it as these women from the industries. They call Megan Good the hoe of the industry. They've called Claudia Jordan the hoe of the industry. They have called and so for her, Little Kim the hoe of the industry. They've called a lot of these women the hoes of the industry because they slept with like a few of these men in the industry. And so for her to say that she slept with him, to me, I feel like it was an embarrassing thing because he shot her in the foot. So it looks like, man, you slept with him. And, we can't talk about, look at Krishan and Blueface. They glorify this. But it's like she held to a higher standard. She's also signed to Rock Nation, where there's Jay-Z and Beyonce there. So she's held to a higher standard. So I feel like she was embarrassed to say that.
So I think, and this is my thing, because Nola said they gave her bodies that she hadn't been with. Now they're giving her bodies and doing that to hurt her character, which it don't anyway, because that's what she raps about. To me, Meg Thee Stallion looks no different to me as a fan of hers based off of who she got with, because she's a grown woman. Let me finish my statement. She's a grown woman and all of that. But what does make a difference to me is what Fifi said. It gives plausibility as to why there may have been a fight. Like the whole, like I don't give a damn about what she did with whoever, who did this, who did that, sexually, what she had going on. That has nothing to do with the case. What they need to talk about are the facts as to why this man felt the need to allegedly shoot her. Like what was the relationship there? Because now he's trying to put it on, from what I see, it looks like he's trying to put it on Kelsey. And then Kelsey's pleading the fifth, but both of their hands had gun residue. And then from how the night went, they're saying that she basically I'll start with the story of the timeline of what I've heard. They met Tory at some brunch, both her and Kelsey at the same time. Meg said
it was a Rock Nation brunch.
Rock Nation brunch.
Yeah.
Meg allegedly set Tory up with Kelsey. Kelsey had to go back home to Texas. Meg and Tory started messing around.
Because she had COVID.
And Tory started messing around with Meg. Mm-hmm. Then they get to fast forward to remember her WAP video and all that with Chloe. I guess she built a relationship with Chloe. Then Chloe has this get together at her house. Tory at that moment is trying to talk to Chloe.
No, not Chloe, Kylie.
Kylie, yeah. I get them all mixed up. The Kardashians.
I was like, Chloe Bailey was in this? No,
Kylie. I always say Chloe. I mix up Chloe and Kylie's name all the time. Okay. So Kylie has this party at her house. Mm-hmm. Kelsey's there. Meg is there. According to Kelsey, Kelsey was there, got drunk, passed out, woke back up, and then Tory is there. Tory's flirting with Kylie, and Meg is kind of disturbed about it, and they're just watching. Meg is trying to get Tory to leave, from what I've heard. He doesn't want to leave. Kelsey and Meg leave. Then Meg says she left something. They go back to the house, and she comes back out with Tory. They get into the car, and then the fight happens.
Now, see, what I saw was when they got back in there, that's when that Kelsey found out that Megan and Tory was messing around. Yeah. Okay. Because
they were, like, I've heard so many stories, like even before this case, they were saying at the alleged pool get together that Megan and Kelsey were wondering why each other was upset about him talking to Kylie. Like Kelsey's like, what are you mad about? And so
I think I read that they had made Tory's driver drive them home and then drive them back because Megan left her a shoe or something.
Yes, and that's why they went back, and then she comes out with Tory. So it's
the argument.
It's crazy. I don't even.
I think that's normal. I think that's normal. That's normal. People get into arguments about people sleep with people. That doesn't cause you to pull out a gun and shoot somebody.
Exactly. That's the part that I care the most about. Like, regardless of how they're trying to paint Meg and what she did, that, and the other, she still was shot. That doesn't take away the fact that she was shot.
Right.
Why did she have to be shot?
Exactly. Why we know on his body count. Exactly. And that's my thing. It's like, to me, it's like it's a sabotage of her career because I think people are jealous of her signed to Rock Nation. Her thing. I'll tell you if we get off this Bible, who I think is behind all this stuff. Because there's somebody who's jealous behind this. Because she did that song with Beyonce, it did very well. And she talked about that, that she did that song. She signed the Rock Nation. She did this song Beyonce. She didn't want to be involved with this. And I think that because she knows the type of woman that Beyonce is, it was embarrassing for her.
Can we say that both Kelsey and Tory were clout chasers with Meg? Meg had.
Oh, I think so, absolutely. Because, and let me ask y'all this, like I asked on Sherelle Shannon earlier today. Who knows a Tory song? Do you know one?
Not really. I'd have to go into my phone and look for
it. Exactly. Put a 1 in the chat if you know a Tory song. Put a 2 in the chat. Put a title in the chat if you know one. And we will wait. I don't know a Tory Lanez song. And I know his name, and I know one of his songs, but I can't even remember the name of the damn song. He's not that. That's the thing. What is it, Nola?
I have one of his albums downloaded on my phone, on my iPhone, but and I'm going to show y'all, he sampled a lot.
It's a no for me. Hey, y'all can tell me all these things that y'all know, but give me a title.
These are the songs now I will admit, I have this album on my phone when he came out with this mix, and he used samples from like the early 2000s of
Industry versus Outsider Conflict. What's the name of the song?
It's a couple. Jerry Sprunger. I know a couple.
Don't know that. Don't say.
Yes, Nola say it. Yes, I can say that. But it was somebody.
Hey, how does that go?
Say it, do it. It's a sample.
Like Brownstone.
He sampled their song.
But you only sing the Brownstones part. What did Tory Lanez sing?
I know.
What did Tory Lanez? What is his part?
I want to go to Miss Platinum's comment because I forgot that key part. So in September, Kelsey admitted to some things, and then now she's saying she was lying. And so some people feel that Tory paid Kelsey off, and that's why she's pleading the fifth now.
I believe that.
Mm-mm-mm.
You're gonna have to do me. You have to do more than just say it. Exactly, because that's Brownstone. That's Brownstone. And see how I'm able to pick up Brownstone? I can't pick up Tory Lanez like that.
Damn.
I knew Brownstone. Give me a Tory Lanez song that you know. Yes, y'all, please like the video. It's free 99, and it's an easy way to support this channel.
Yes.
And if y'all tune in to this live late, drop down in the comments. Give me a Tory Lanez song.
Do you wanna drop the link since we've been on for an hour?
I'm gonna put love. I want her to sing this song on this live. How does that sound? What is that?
Come on, Miss Nola Reeds.
Now listen, y'all. We are not gonna do disrespect today.
And I was watching Nola earlier. She did a Potomac review. I was in the bushes, Nola.
Oh, I did not. I was probably at work. I did not.
I was watching in the bushes.
Thank you, Chi-Town. Listen, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button as you enter the room, and smack that notification bell so you won't miss out on any of the tribe's news.
Yes.
I'm still waiting on somebody in the comment section, and y'all come out the bushes too. Let us know a Tory Lanez song. Because when I see love, I'm thinking about love. That's SZA, ain't it?
Yeah.
Love. Hey, sis.
So it goes, everyone falls in love sometime. I don't know about you, but it ain't a crime.
Oh, yeah, I had.
But if you let me love you. Yeah, that's my favorite song.
I forgot all about that song.
I mean, but I just like the song. Now, them two that I told you, that's the only two that I know.
I had his album because I like to.
Listen. I'm not. My extent to having music is listening to it on YouTube, and I typically just go to the songs that I want to hear, that I know that I like. But that everyone falls in love sometimes. That is my favorite.
Now let me tell you something. That is one of his songs. What's the last time? What's the last time you listened to that?
Earlier today.
Oh,
what's that today?
Because it's in my playlist. It's in my playlist that I have on you on YouTube.
Y'all better get
in my
ride.
I mean, listen. Personally, I feel like he shot her. I feel like I don't care who she's sleeping with. Everybody got a body count, and I feel like if we're gonna bring hers in, let's bring his in too. Because at this point now they trying to give this lady bodies that she ain't been with, and one of the men had to come out and say, "Nah, y'all ain't gonna put that on me. I ain't never slept with that woman."
Yeah, I don't understand how that part is relevant to the case. That's what I don't understand. But what I was about to say is,
but I hate it. I'm gonna just say this.
I hate doing that because they want to take.
I hate whenever a woman.
I don't like that.
But I hate whenever a woman says that a man did something to her. Now we got to talk about everybody who she screwed.
Right. I agree.
I don't care if she screwed one person of 50 million people. That still does not negate the fact that somebody.
Can I say this though?
Wait, let me read this real quick. Hey, what's going on? I never see you over here before. He said the only way I can tell you a Tory Lanez song is if I Google it.
But I was gonna say this, like I was a big, I still am, but I was a big fan of Megan, especially during the pandemic. And when I first saw her with Tory Lanez and Kelsey at her house, because remember they used to go live like playing music or something and have these little parties. This was like kind of before Versus during the pandemic. Well, I was following Meg. I would go on Instagram. They would turn up. Like I'm working from home, I could turn up with them because they would all come on like he would play music. But when I started to see posts like he would be slapping both of their booties in the pool and stuff like that, I thought it was weird. I always knew something was going to happen with this dynamic because he seemed too close to both women. And the fact that they were so free around him, I was like, okay, maybe they having threesomes. That was what I was
going to say. It was definitely giving joint ventures to me.
Yes.
But y'all know that he has an anger issue too. So let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think he has a case of little man syndrome?
Hell yeah, but this thing must be big because
he's very angry.
This thing must be big because the way they talk about Meg following him around.
I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of little men who have a lot of big things that's going on. I've witnessed a lot of it.
He doing something.
I wouldn't be surprised, but not to this extent where I gotta go take you to court.
I mean, can I just say this about Kelsey though? Girl, it was that good that you about to sit up here and basically allude to the fact that you could have possibly shot your friend. Girl, I'm sitting up there. Listen, when it comes down to it, because at the end of the day, you got immunity from your testimony. But in order for that immunity deal to be upheld, you have to actually testify. Leading the fifth to everything is not testifying, and they can yank that immunity, and you setting yourself up to go to jail for shooting your friend. If he get off for a little Canadian leprechaun for the little man on the Lucky Charms box, I know you lying.
Thank you.
You're right, Chi-Town. You're right, Chi-Town. Just because it's big, I mean, you can know how to work it.
Well, he clearly working it somewhere because Kelsey.
Baby, he hit all the walls at the walls and the spine at every point.
You get into a car crash and hit walls don't mean that it feel great.
Well, clearly he's did
something going on. I'm just saying, you really sitting up here about to let your immunity get snatched away for the little Canadian Lucky Charm man. Like I said,
I think that they might have had good things for him, and that's why he's doing it because he's traveling around the whole world. He's going from Kylie to Megan to what's the friend's name?
Kelsey.
He's traveling around the world, and now and now he's about to, and now he done shot her in the foot. So to me, it feels like she might have had some good stuff, and she can get it back because she didn't shoot him; he shot her. Allegedly.
The part that I don't understand is the gun residue on both of their hands. If it's alleged, if this is truly true, because if that's the sense,
what it feels like,
it's like were they fighting over the gun? Like what is?
That's what I was thinking because did he try to shoot her and then she picked it up and tried to shoot him but fired it off? Because that would make sense. That's why I feel like she's pleading the fifth.
And then they said he apologized to her. But what were you about to say?
to Megan, right?
No, he apologized to Kelsey. He called Kelsey and apologized.
But he also tried to pay Megan $1 million not to say anything.
So I feel like what could be another possible scenario, because she did have to admit in court, because she would have got charged with lying to a police
Right,
officer, right? She would have got charged with lying to a police officer in her statement, because when she first talked to the officers, she stated that he told her that he was going to shoot her. So I'm thinking,
oh yeah,
I
because
don't know what happened. I
she
don't know
was
what happened, but my thoughts are, you know how somebody tell you, kill you. A lot of people don't take that serious. And then maybe when he pulled out the gun and shot Meg, she might have felt like, okay, he done already told me he was gonna kill me, so he might be about to shoot me next. And they probably would have got the tussling, because I'm thinking, if the people say they saw two girls get into it, Tory Lanez is girl height. So they might have thought when Kelsey and Tory were fighting, you know what I'm saying, that it was two girls. I'm just saying he is girl height.
But I still want to understand how Kylie got, not Kelsey, but Kylie got into this too, because
they were leaving a party at her home. So they're trying to say
hold on,
Meg was
wait,
drunk at the party.
Because she still is a key player, and why is she not there? Because I feel like that's a big part in this situation.
The shooting didn't happen at her house though.
But she's the problem why it happened though.
But so what's his name is Chris is supposed to come and testify, because apparently he was Chris Gamble, Kris Jenner's old man.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to come and testify. So I'm guessing he was at the party, and we don't know that Kylie isn't going to testify. You know what I'm saying?
I want to hear what she says. Kylie.
She could be a surprise witness, but the only relevance that she would have to the case is to say the behaviors of these people while at her party.
They said that Megan went back. The whole thing was they were saying that they were mad at him for flirting with her at the party.
Right, but at this point that's speculation. But we're saying the same thing. I'm saying that's the relevance that she would have to the case, is their behaviors and what happened at her party prior to them leaving. Because once they left for good and got into the car, whatever happened, she has no relevance to that. The relevance is to Meg's behavior.
I don't think that's true. I think that she does have relevance, because we didn't know what happened when Megan went back to the party and she came back out with Tory Lanez. Hold on. Hear what I'm saying. There's a big relevance in that, because we didn't know what happened when she went back into the party to get her shoe, and then he came back out of the party, because when she left the first time, he didn't go with her because they were mad because he was flirting with her. So what happened in the party and then she came back, they made him go back out with her. That's where the anger started at.
Right, bro. We saying the same thing. I'm saying that's what her relevance is. Her relevance to the case is their behaviors at the party. All three of them.
Who's Chris?
Chris Gamble.
But what is that?
I'm saying his boyfriend or friend.
What I'm saying is, we know that he is allegedly, from what's being put out there, he was at the party and he is coming to testify. Allegedly,
Kyle kicked him out.
Kylie kicked him out the party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chris Gamble was supposedly at this party as well. So I'm saying he's supposed to come and testify so maybe he's testifying as the witness for what happened at the party instead of Kylie. We don't know that Kylie won't be called. She could be a surprise witness. They could not be listing her name. We don't know. But I'm speaking about Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's boyfriend. I'm sorry, I'm calling the man Chris. His name is Corey. I don't care about them Kardashians like that. I know it's something with a C. But Kris Jenner, old man.
I don't want to hear from Corey. I want to hear from Kylie. That's it. That's what I want to hear from.
Right. But we were saying the same thing as far as I was saying. Kylie's relevance to the case is what happened at her party. She can testify to the behaviors at her party. And why she kicked them out. But once they left the party, she's no relevance. But she's relevance as to what led up to the event.
But I'm saying when she came back into the party, because they said that she left came back. Whatever happened in that party, because I forgot what I was reading, whatever
I don't know. They
exactly.
said Meg was drunk.
When she
I know
went
they
back
said
into the
that.
party, and I'm gonna go back to what Chi-Town said, they were all drunk and high, so no one remembers the entire story. Now I do think that.
I think,
But,
yeah.
but I want to know what happened. Oh, Young Rich is back the candy shop. I want to know what happened when she went back into that party and when she brought him back out of that party. Yeah, Rich says, so is Kylie going to have a translator
Yeah.
when she testified? Y'all know she.
Yeah.
See, the candy shop asked you to come back, and here you go with this shit.
Young Rich, where were you when we were talking about Fizzle Pop?
She was on Twitter. But I want to hear what Kylie has to say, because that's going to be a main factor in the story about what happened when she went back into the party and how Tory got back into that car.
But I guess my thing is, I know it will be a main part, but the shooting happened in the van. We don't know. Like Kylie's part will lead up to it, but I want to hear from the security guards. I want to hear from their driver and security guards, because at one point they were trying to say a security guard shot her. So
really,
yes, that it was so many different rumors. I want to hear about the other people that were in the car with them, because those people know something. No one has said anything. Those people haven't said anything. They need to subpoena those people.
Well, I'm riding with Megan Thee Stallion the entire way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And those videos, I know y'all saw that man saying, "Why you lying on that boy?" Then he asked Kelsey, "Why you shoot that girl?" The guy.
I would have been like, "Why don't you call?"
So.
But when Megan Thee Stallion put that Annalise Keaton Bob on,
baby,
with that purple suit, I said, "Come on, Stallion."
And the red bottoms. Yes, the red bottoms. I noticed everything. She looked good. And shout out to the Shade Room, because I'm loving all the updates. The Shade Room they covering this like it's the OJ trial. So I'm loving it.
Chi-Town said he paid them off and Kelsey took the money too. I believe it.
I definitely believe she did.
Yeah, I agree.
Tory was trying to pay everybody off because he don't want to go back to Canada.
I don't know. He's just so problematic.
Celebration here in Atlanta.
I don't like him.
Tory.
Tory had the incident with August Alsina. I'm not.
He's had a lot of these things. They pulled it up on somebody's. I looked at the other day. Yes, today. He's had a lot of incidents like this. It's not the first one. So when they ship his ass back off to Canada, Canada don't play. Because as a flight attendant, I'll tell you this. You cannot even have a DUI. If you have a DUI, you cannot be a flight attendant for at least 8 years. Because if you go to Canada, they will arrest you on site. From anywhere in the world.
Say what now?
If you have a flight as a flight attendant and you fly into Canada and they check your shit, they will arrest you on site.
For what?
Because they don't do DUIs in Canada, and you've had one.
So they're gonna arrest you for something you ain't even do in their country?
They will arrest you on site.
Child. Well, they all for my list. I mean, I ain't had no DUIs, but they all for my list of countries to move to.
I have one.
I used to want to move to Canada because they have free health care.
Damn that! I don't need you to arrest me.
I know.
I don't need you to arrest me for something I did somewhere else.
Yeah,
I got 2 more years before I can even be a flight attendant again. I'm too old to be one. But yep, they will. If you apply,
they have an age limit.
No, at this 8 years for my DUI. That's a different story for different. I think I'm gonna tell that story on my blog channel.
Yeah. I've never had a DUI, but I was hit by a person, a drunk driver. Luckily, I lived.
Was it Deb?
No, I didn't hit anybody. I was literally. I'm gonna tell that story on my blog channel because literally what happened to me It wasn't even a DUI, but I'll tell that story another day. But Canada, they don't fuck around with the laws. If you are convicted of something,
And
you cannot get away.
I've always wanted to go to Quebec.
Huh?
Quebec. I said I've always wanted to go to Quebec because I speak French.
You know, I've heard Dubai is great.
It's somewhere else though.
Yeah, I heard Dubai is great though.
So you gonna go to Dubai?
I think
in the
love to go to
UAE.
Dubai.
Yeah, the United Immigrants or Emirates. I said immigrants.
What is in that hookah?
That good stuff.
I've been drinking my Bacardi too.
What is it that?
In Chi-Town, that's
I
what
want to go to Abu Dhabi. That's where I've been looking to move, like when I want to retire, or if things keep going to hell in the handbasket over here, y'all gonna see me on YouTube on my camels in the desert.
See,
right from Abu Dhabi.
I've been wanting to move to Nigeria. I think I would move to Africa. Like,
I want to go to Bali.
Bali.
Oh, Bali is so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's where I want to go. Oh, hey, just simply.
Hey,
girl, you gotta catch up. I done already told y'all the leprechaun
exactly.
song.
You must be late in the video, but yes, and nobody does. No one besides Nola. And I asked earlier on Sherelle's channel, and Sherelle had more people in her chat than I have on my chat. Nobody can name one, so nobody know his damn songs.
You're gonna have to do more than just say it.
Ranty, you want to come here and rant on what's going on with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion? I'm gonna drop the link for you.
Hey, Ranty.
Hey, cousin. What's your question, young, rich, skinny? Lady Maxine, I'm scared to answer your questions. I'm scared to see your question because we never know what young rich gonna say.
Wait, we see young rich asking you a question. I'm taking my ass tonight.
I would want to go to.
She said, "Can I ask a question?"
Johannesburg.
What do you say that at? Oh, I see it.
That's above. But yeah, Nigeria, because it's a who is that?
Ranty.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Listen, this Candace picture is everything. I'm gonna keep using it too.
I love that picture of Candace.
That facial expression is everything for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's that bitch, please.
Yeah.
What you got to say about Megan Thee Stallion?
I got about 16 minutes I can give y'all.
16 minutes, okay.
Oh, I rescheduled my game night and pushed it back because everybody was live.
Oh, you got game night tonight?
Yeah, I do it every Wednesday. Everybody was live.
What kind of game night you got going on?
First of all, it's Love and Hip Hop Trivia. Don't start with me.
Okay, and who's playing?
Anybody who want to play, listen.
Hey, precious.
Oh, look at the baby. Oh.
I don't usually show my kids, but I was like, let me start showing y'all who my
Even
kids.
if she don't show her, she gonna go on the back behind.
That child is up to something.
This is the one that keeps screaming all the time.
Candy shop. That child is up to something.
She will find a way to get on this camera.
That child is up to something. I can see it in the child's eyes. That child is calling the pizza people right now. First of all, you missed girlfriends. You missed the girlfriends trivia.
Who had a girlfriend's trivia?
I did.
You didn't tell me about it.
You were sleeping.
I was promoting
you should have told me about it because I was
promoting it. No,
I don't be on like that. So you have to tell me because I don't be on like that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start sending you DMs. Like this is what I'm doing.
I'm actually making my own. I didn't know you did one because I didn't know you.
I've been doing trivia.
The night she did it, I had text you what you doing, and you because I was gonna tell you that she was
doing a girlfriend trivia. I would have woke my ass up from the dead and went over there.
Baby, you didn't hear me.
Is that the one that I won?
That morning.
Is that the one that I won? Did I win that one?
Where's the one that I won?
No, you won the one the week before that. Kenny said he was gonna smoke everybody in girlfriend's trivia, so I switched it up. From
there will be nobody who will ever in life smoke me on a girlfriend trivia.
Kenny didn't win.
Kenny didn't win.
No one can tell you that I can tell you the words of the words of every episode. I want to read this comment from Young Rich. Young Rich said, "So let's say you have an OnlyFans and your job finds out somebody leaked and your job tells you to take it down, but you post a video of you doing it raw in the shower. Are they wrong for firing you?
I don't. Can they fire you for that? I don't think they do that.
It depends on what your clauses say in your employment.
Yes,
If
the
your
documents
clauses
that
in
you
your
sign.
employment say that you cannot have any explicit materials, any
On social
illicit
media.
behavior, or social media postings, if that is in the details of your employment, that's why reading that employee handbook is so important, and not just signing off on it. You must
Thank you,
read it.
JD.
First of all, my job and my OnlyFans is two different things. Let me tell you something. My
But-
OnlyFans, I'm paid more than my job is paying.
But a lot of us sign documents like jobs that we've had that they will say like you have to
Yeah.
watch your social media presence because you're a representative of them.
I never read it, so I don't know.
And you would,
I got hired. Here's my name.
and you would be the one that if they fire you for your online activities,
Let me tell you something. If I have an
you would be-
OnlyFans, I will get a less about that damn job.
and you would
And
be
I'm
the
just
one
honest.
wanting to sue them for wrongful termination, and they're gonna pull out that employee handbook that you signed and say,
If my job told me that I have an OnlyFans, by the time they found out my OnlyFans is doing very well, and that job can kiss my ass.
I mean, I feel like this. If it's in your contract, then you SOL, shit out of luck. And if it's not in your contract, then you got your OnlyFans plus lawsuit money. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Let's just hope your OnlyFans is while you
Cracking.
clapping your clappers, the
And
checks is checking.
hopefully I ain't had sex with you, because I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Sex with who?
With the person that's trying to fire me.
Well then,
I've had sex with many of my bosses.
I got okay then. Get my little 1-2 on the leprechaun, little tinker
I'm like,
top.
oh, you firing me? Let me show them my text messages.
Blackmail. My little 1-2 on that the little leprechaun. I don't like that man. He's a habitual line stepper. He has been prone to violence, past, present, and possibly in the future. From the incident with Dream Doll, from putting hands on Prince.
He has something with Dream Doll?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. What is that?
Allegedly he pulled a gun on that lady.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like,
so why are we not bringing this in? Why are we not discussing this? And we discussing who Meg's sleeping with to bring up her history. Why are we not bringing up his pattern of behavior?
I was saying earlier, because this is a black woman, and this is what they do to her. Because when we were talking earlier, they were talking about all the women that he has offended and all things that he's done to all these women, and then they were saying that they hope they deport his ass back to Canada because of what he has done here in America. So go ahead, Randy.
So there was a thing with Dream Doll. She made a diss track about him. I haven't listened to it. I'm not a fan of Dream Doll. But you know, I don't believe he should have did what was alleged to her. Like all that happened with them. Like I said, he's a habitual line stepper, a habitual abuser. He just settled with Prince from Miami because he allegedly, but I'm not settling with nobody that I didn't attack.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
So yeah, you just settled with him. The little gun and drug charges you had down to the Miami that got you caught up the first time. And then August Alsina, you know that man is sick.
We talked about that too.
You know that man. You know that man is sick.
The August Alsina thing was so weird though, because August Alsina was like, I really liked him, but he was like, but I saw him talking shit about me. He was like, so when he tried to dap me up, it was weird to me. And I mean, watching him on The Surreal Life, it made sense to me how August operates. So when he said that, I was like, that seems a little odd. And so when I'm like, this nigga, he has little man syndrome.
He does. This is why you listen. Not saying you can't date a short man. Not saying you can't give a short man a chance. But you also have to watch out for them, because they may have short man syndrome, where they just be so upset that you may be able to get something off the top shelf that they can't. Listen,
listen. Hold on. Pause. Give him a chance, but if you got to leave him, have an escape plan.
Yes. because they are crazy. And listen, just because you upset that you got to get a stool and I don't it don't matter. Personally, I'm 5'3", 5'2" on a good day. I like to climb trees, not actual trees, tree like statues of people. Okay, I need somebody to be able to reach up on the top shelf and get something for me because I don't like having to drag the chair to the counter and then climb up on the counter to get something.
Why can't you get a little ladder?
I got one of those too, but it's not high enough.
She want to watch somebody grab it off the top shelf
Uh
and
huh.
be turned on. Okay, she just said she like to
You gotta
climb
watch them
trees.
climb on the ladder and get off the top shelf.
I don't. Okay. Um.
She
Listen.
want to be able to climb the ladder, not stand equal with it and look it eye to eye.
Yeah.
Well, let him set up on the ladder while she's climbing.
You know what?
I
Bye
feel
then.
Go ahead,
like
Randy.
He might fall off the ladder. He might fall off the ladder.
I feel like I don't know why they dragging up who that lady has been with, who she hasn't been with. It does not equate. It does not fit. It does if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. It has no standing on what we talking about. Whether she let the man eat at her buffet or not, he still shot at her feet like it was an old western movie and told her to dance be dance. Okay? He still did that. I had to explain to my auntie what happened. I said, your old Western movies, when they shoot at the people's feet, he did that to her. She said, he did that to her. I said, yes, he did. And he told her to dance, be dance when it happened. I was like, yes, a Napoleon complex. It is so real. You got to watch out for these people. He shot that lady. It should show you how unstable he is that he has his child in the courtroom with him, listening to the testimonies from the people. That child was there when Meg gave her testimony and was cross examined. That child was there when Kelsey sat up there and pled the fifth and was like, I want to invoke my Fifth Amendment. And it's just like, you are so stupid because you just handed this over to them. Even though you have immunity, you just handed this over for a mistrial or a way to allegedly possibly get that man off. And for once again, the people who say, she's lying. He didn't shoot her, Kelsey did. Y'all are so dumb and y'all are a bunch of pick-me's. Yes, I said it. You're a bunch of pick-me's. That man is never going to like you. He's never going to want you. You're never going to get chose. He don't like your type of woman. He do not like black women. Currently, look at the woman he is dating.
Who's the woman he's dating?
Iggy Azalea.
Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Bye. I'm out.
Serious.
This was fun.
Y'all ain't
And with that being said, I'm gonna drop down.
What? Y'all haven't seen
that?
Y'all haven't seen that?
No.
I don't know.
Wait,
I don't know.
Can I say one thing? You know when you said when you shoot at your feet, you know what I thought about?
What?
Harlem Nights.
Oh, my girlfriend, she said, "We get mad cheap. Move your feet."
I thought of Harlem Nights.
Oh yeah.
It shot my pinky toe.
Well, he's dating Iggy Azalea.
I don't know if they like at this moment are still dating, but they were. He was down in her house and she was cooking him oxtails and all that stuff. It didn't look appetizing.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah. Now I don't know if they still
oxtails on.
It did not oxtails. It didn't look good. It didn't look good.
I mean, look who was cooking.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
Liberian cayenne pepper.
Yes. I don't know. It also depends on the mother of the child. Why she allowed her child to not be? Because I don't know how old the child is. I don't care.
Said 5.
5. That kid is supposed to be in school.
Mm-hmm. Listen, the kid is a sympathy plea.
Mm-hmm.
The kid is for sympathy.
It also doesn't help.
The kid made
my child like that.
Yeah,
the kid humanized him for the court.
It doesn't. It really doesn't, because he had DJ Fatback up there with him, and DJ Fatback is the one that been getting you in trouble because you feeding him all this information, and the judge was sick of you. Ugh, DJ Academics. It felt so disgusting.
And what's his problem?
He is an incel. He is an incel. He is mad that no woman actually finds him attractive. And really, the only thing they can find attractive is because he got just a little bit of money. But no woman is
Oh,
willingly is going to offer their buffet up for him to eat, play with, sit at nothing. He's an incel. He don't like black women. He don't like the LGBTQIA plus community. He started with Saucy. Saucy had to eat him up real quick. He started with Carisha. Carisha had to eat him up once again. He was
he
a Kevin
actually had to
Samuels.
say himself. Bro, we can't go into what he loves, what he don't love. He doesn't love himself. Now, Chi-Town is asking, what are your height requirements for all of us? What's up with the candy shop? Go down.
So mine's is 6.
And I go to me.
I'm gonna say mine's quick because my daughter wants to scream. Mine's is 6 feet. I'm 5'7".
You want to let her be a YouTube star?
I'm 5'7", so and I like to wear heels that oftentimes make me 6 feet. So someone 6 feet and over. The shortest person that I dated was my ex-husband, who was about 5'8", but my current husband is 6'1", 6'2".
No.
I don't have a height requirement. I have an intelligence requirement.
But if you had to choose a height requirement, what would it be?
I don't have one. I've dated men my height. I've dated men taller than me.
You would date a midget?
I would.
Okay.
I don't have a height requirement.
Well,
I would date and this little person.
You're not telling us the truth. We're gonna move on to Randy.
This little person.
Oh yeah,
I do have a height requirement. It's because I'm short, and like I mentioned before, I do need somebody who can reach the top shelves, so I don't have to. I'm gonna go 5'11" and above, but I also have to throw intelligence in there because I can't be like the only smart person in the relationship. That's not gonna work out.
Y'all going way too deep with this. She just asked for a height requirement. That's it.
5'11" and above.
And then stop there. That's all she asked. What was that?
I honestly don't have a height requirement.
If you had one, what would it be?
I don't have one.
If you had one, what would it be?
I
don't know. I guess it's at least my height, 5'6".
And there you go. That's all that she was asking.
But honestly, she asked, "What is it?" And I don't have one, so I answered the question honestly. I don't have one.
Nola don't have one.
I mean, but I wouldn't to answer your question about dating a little person. They would have to definitely win me. Listen, they would definitely have to win me over their personality because I would feel like I'm dating a child.
So let me answer it. I am 5'11". I would hope they would be taller than that. That's fine.
No,
I could do
she
with
want a specific number. She want a specific number.
I could do with 5'10", but I mean it has to be taller than 5'10".
And hey Cheryl, my favorite Liberian cayenne pepper.
Hello.
You already said hello to her. You just not seeing it.
No, but ranting started talking, and I did not want to be rude because I have decorations about myself.
Oh Lord, I'm about to have to say that all night, aren't I? Yep.
Yeah, Rick said, I'm tired. I try short men, but every time I'm on top.
That's why I was over here cackling.
But every time I'm on top, I be scared I'm about to break them and squash them. I'm a tall girl with track thighs, so I prefer 6 feet and above. But I settle for 5'8". See, me and Rich is like 5'8", 5'11" sometimes. Now I wouldn't get rich with that. I would hope like I'm 5'11". I would like at least 5'10", but I will come down.
You seem so tall, and you know who else is tall, y'all?
Hey,
that I didn't know?
sunshine.
Mims is like the same height as Deb as well, which I was so shocked.
Mims is that tall?
Yes, I told him he looked shorter on video.
No, he's taller.
Huh?
Who's taller?
Mims.
He was taller than you?
Yes, he is.
Mims is taller than Deb.
He didn't want to admit. He didn't want to.
And Busy is also really tall.
Busy
like,
looks
taller than all of us.
He's 6'3", I believe.
He's 6'2".
Well, Busy looks. He's what?
He's 6'2".
Oh, he was tall. He
was
about
6'3". Well, Busy looks tall. Mims look like I would have gave Mims.
I thought Mims was short.
I would have gave Mims 5'7".
Me too, but when we hung out with him, I ran into him in the elevator, and I didn't know it was him because he was tall.
No sunshine, no sunshine, absolutely not.
We had that conversation about who's taller.
Huh?
Remember we had the conversation about who's taller?
Yeah, Mims is a little taller.
I'm like, he's taller than me.
Well, okay. I gotta go because I just started this live.
All right, I gotta go too. We don't do an hour for champagne and things because the candy shop do not be want to stay this long.
But I was ready to stay.
Here goes Lamar. Hey Lamar.
Hey Lamar. I
you want to come up here? Let's hear what he had to say about Megan Thee Stallion.
My final thoughts are before I drop down is the leprechaun did it. Kelsey is a dummy. And my girl Meg came out stepping on necks in her court bob with the little purple suit on. She looked good.
And when she came with that bob, I was like, she means business.
Yes. And everybody who was outside yelling at her the day before, that's why you ain't never gonna be nothing. That's why you ain't never gonna have nothing. That's why you're broke now. And your skin is bad. And with that being said, I'll see y'all later.
I'll be over there.
Okay.
I felt like when I saw Meg, I felt like she needed Olivia Keaton and Annalise Keaton and Olivia Pope right next to her. Remember that crossover episode? I felt like she needed them walking next to her with Claire Huxtable leading the pack. Like that's how I felt with a side of Jax from Reasonable Doubt.
Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is a lawyer, so I'd rather have
her. Could have had the girl. That would have been a dream team. But Michelle Obama's a real lawyer. But Claire Huxtable, Michelle Obama, Jax from Reasonable Doubt, Annalise Keaton and Olivia Pope. That would have been the dream team. Yes, God. Yes, God. Matter of fact, I think they need to have some kind of movie or something where they have a whole law firm. I shouldn't have said that. I should have just wrote it and cast it, and that way don't nobody take my credit for it. If y'all see that, we gonna come back to here. That way I could be like, oh girl, suing Tory over the pank. And say they stole my idea.
Yep. Like what's the name?
I don't know. I'm just waiting to see how it plays out. But I feel like Kelsey did nothing for the prosecution, even though she was a prosecution witness. She might as well have went on the
she said, "I plead the fifth." We already knew.
She gave them a cause for reasonable doubt with her testimony.
And I think that's all that really matters to me. I'm still riding for Megan Thee Stallion. I'm going to ride for her until the wheels fall off.
I mean, I want her to get justice, but
I don't think that she's lying. I think that she was probably drunk. She doesn't remember everything that happened, which, I mean, I've been there. I've done that. But I think that the reality is that when you are drunk like that, you know the important parts.
So question for y'all. Do y'all think she had an intimate relationship with Tory Lanez?
I think she did.
I think he ate the box. Like it was said, he ate the box.
Yeah. I think she.
Nah, I mean, if you call that intimate, you know what I'm saying? Then
it might have been intimate for him.
But the thing is, though, if that's the case, why did she lie to Gayle King?
She said
she might don't want to say she's stallion sleeping with a leprechaun.
She said why in the beginning. She said because all this other stuff with the Black Lives Matter stuff. She did not want when the police came. She did not.
That was to the police, but why did she lie on Gayle King?
I think she kept it going on because it made her look like a liar. Now she has to be honest now, and she was honest in the courtroom. So I think that she did the right thing.
I think it's going to be a mistrial, to be completely honest, like everybody else, because it's so much conflicting information. It's looking like Kelsey is the shooter based off of what's happening in court, but since she's pleading the fifth,
we're not finished with the court.
Okay, we'll see. We need to cover this again, SoDeb.
We should. I mean, is this happening? Is they going to court tomorrow?
I believe so.
Tomorrow we can do it again because I want to watch tomorrow. I really haven't been keeping up, but we did the show to this. I did do a fast track, but I wanted to follow up with tomorrow too because I don't believe in what these girls are. I don't believe in her and this Tory person.
I hope this seems like an episode of Law and Order SVU, and I would
like
love to see what they did on it. What?
This is like a Tyler Perry show. What's the drama with T.S. Madison and
they always have had drama. T.S. Madison and Michelle A.T.A. Lynn.
I don't know. I'm not doing no T.S. Madison stuff over here. Shout out to T.S. Madison. She didn't want anyone to know that she was that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I feel like she was protecting herself because she did not want to look like a hoe in the industry. Period.
What? That don't make any sense to me.
It does.
That doesn't make any sense because
they frown upon those girls, and they feel like they own. Look at the girls the stable that R. Kelly has had. Look at.
I'm gonna go back.
To me, this is my own personal opinion. Y'all don't have to agree with this. I feel like she did this because she don't want people to think that because they had sex because they dealt with each other. Like, that's what she. In order for her to get music and beats for her music, she got to sleep with them. To me, it makes sense.
I feel like her admitting that she was with him gives plausibility again to why it happened. I think the reason why she lied on Gayle King was yet again she was trying to protect a black man like she did back when she told the police, I guess. I don't know, but I really wish that she would be honest and truthful because it's making her like it's conflicting. Now, I'll support her all day, but when you go to the court is so black and white. There's no room for all these little misconceptions and things that are happening.
But isn't Tory a writer too?
Yes, he writes music.
And that's my thing. I think that people are missing that part. He's not like his music. We don't know none of that shit. But him as a writer, I think that he's wrote hits. Now, what hits he wrote, I don't know those either. But I think that he's wrote some hits. And I think that she was trying to not be blackballed. Look at the people who've been blackballed if that came out, because to be honest, that Danity Kane, they were an amazing group. They got blackballed from Diddy. So his writing skills, from what I know, Tory Lanez is a pillar in the industry as a writer. So I think that she tried to protect herself before everything. Now that she's with Roc Nation and Beyonce and Jay-Z's backing her up, she has a different opportunity. And I think that she played her cards right. Lamar said people from Texas don't sleep for beats.
And he ain't.
I don't think she slept for beats. And that's what I'm saying. I think that she really did what she was supposed to do. I think that she did not want to give out her catalog who she slept with. That wasn't a part of the problem. The problem was that he shot her in the foot. And if she lied about it or not, that has nothing to do with this entire thing. The problem is that he shot her in the foot.
It does have to do with it, though. Like her relationship with him, it does have it to do with it. Now, her relationship with all these other people, to me, is irrelevant. They're trying to tell about other people to discredit her to make it seem like she's a liar.
But she knew it was going to be a snowball effect.
Had she had been honest about what her relationship was with him, the court wouldn't be able to bring all that stuff about her these other relationships that she's had with other people.
They still would have brought it up.
But the thing is, though, I'll just say this: her relationship with him, I feel like they would have focused more on. Prosecution could have focused more on that because he was two-time in both of them, and then they got into a fight that, it would have been easier to prove the reasoning behind him shooting her.
But her friend would have to be on board with that.
It's not about even her friend. If she admitted that if she admitted that she was in a relationship with him and they were both sleeping with him, that would have gave reason as to why she was shot.
I think it's embarrassing
for the defense, but then on the other hand,
it's embarrassing.
You give the prosecution, you give the defense the crime of passion motive.
But crime of passion, I know for Kelsey, but no, it would be because I know the gun residue was on both, but Megan herself said this man shot me. That's the thing. She said he shot her.
She said she saw him shoot her.
Exactly.
Her sleeping with him.
That would give more. Her admitting the truth would give more credibility to what she's saying.
But her sleeping with him has nothing to do with that part.
It does. It really does. So damn.
No, what it has to do with is the fact that he slept with both of them, and he drug him out. They drug him out of this party to sleep with Kylie, and he's a fucking hoe. and now they jump on the part where he was trying to get something from the Jenners because he's trying to be like Kanye West, and now
Yes.
that's what it was.
And I would have said he used me like he was planning to use Kylie. He got with my friend as well, and we found out. That's what I'm saying. I would have admitted that I got with him, and clearly I would have shown as prosecution.
I would have let Kylie go through her own struggle with him, and let him shoot Kylie in the foot. So when he shoots that white woman, he really goes to jail.
But I'm just saying, though, I would have admitted it to show that this man has a pattern of getting with women in order to come up. And then he was upset that Megan Thee Stallion messed up what he was going to do with Kylie and these other people. I would have said it. I'm sorry. I don't care what, like.
I don't think she wants
because
them to
now that she's.
I don't think that she wants them to slut shame her.
Gosh. You don't
and
get
you
what
know
I'm
how they do with
saying,
black women. They do that all the time. And
you don't get what I'm saying, though. It's not about the slut shaming, though. Had she been honest with them, bring in because she hasn't been honest.
No, I get what you're saying.
Because she's saying conflicting things, though. Right. They can bring the slut shaming in because it's already her character. She's deceptive, and to show that she has been with all these other people, that adds more credibility to what they're saying. So I would have been honest up front.
But it really doesn't. It really does not.
No, wait. Give me one second. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But you have to understand where she's coming from when it comes to this industry. They were going to slut shame her because here comes the baby saying, "Well, I slept with her." They listen to all these other people that she slept with. They trying to make her like something like she's not nothing. She's just like a hoe in the industry. They do this with these women. This is the reason why I stand with her because to me, I feel like I understand why she lied because if she said that, they were like, "Oh, well, I mean, it's just like a domestic violence situation, and that went wrong." They would have dumbed it down for her because of what she looked like. Outside of the fact of what really happened.
But the thing is, though, Megan, to me, in the beginning with her music, she never presented herself as this Snow White, Lily White woman. She makes sex music. So I feel like had she had told the truth, her past would be irrelevant where it wouldn't be as strong as whatever she has going on. That wouldn't be strong. But they're trying. The reason why they're bringing up these other women is because they're trying, or other men. I'm sorry, is they're trying to not only discredit her but also Kelsey, because they're saying that her and Kelsey shared a lot of different men, and so they're trying to say that her and Kelsey had this jealousy with each other. They go after each other's men, so this is why Kelsey shot her. That's something like she should have told the truth.
Can I rebuttal that a little bit?
Wait, I didn't get a chance to say my point. So I get what you're saying. She should have told the truth. She should have admitted. She should have sat up there and said, "Listen, the little leprechaun just ate my box. I'm Tina Snow." You know what I'm saying? I put it in my songs. Like that's what I do. We never show up together, but I be with him on a low. Like that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? She should have said that. But at the end of the day, you can say, "Oh, she's lying," pull out other lies. You know what I'm saying? Like to say who she slept with does not give credence to list. You not listen.
I'm sorry. Let me mute myself.
To say who she slept with, that she slept, I don't care. Like I say, I don't care if she slept with 50 million people. That does not make her a liar because she is fluid and she likes to. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. If you want to prove that she's a liar, then bring out other lies that she told, not other people who she around here sleeping with or not sleeping with. And to me, the prosecution did more damage because you have men coming out saying, "Y'all saying I slept with her and I did not sleep with her." If you want to prove somebody a liar, then you pull out other incidents in which they lied. Not people who you people want to talk about the case. Let's talk about the case. Okay. Pulling out who she don't prove her as a liar. You can say it may prove her as promiscuous or sexually active or whatever, but that doesn't prove her to be a liar.
But
okay. But Tory has a violent history. Why are we not bringing out the violent history that proves to his behavior in this case?
But you know,
somebody does not prove that she was not shot.
I agree 100% with you, Nola. But you know, in the court system, we got to look at it as black and white. Black
and the
women,
court
they
system to deal with
already
that
view
is
us
a
as
problem.
it's the problem, but the thing is though, we got to go by what they're gonna see. They already view us as promiscuous, and her being with these other people and with this girl, they're trying to make it seem like that Megan and this girl were jealous against each other because of all the men that they shared or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. It's not fair though.
The reason why they're introducing all this stuff about these other people is because they're trying to show that Kelsey had these relationships and Kelsey had reason to shoot her. And so and it's just, I hate that they play on the fact that they try to say black women are promiscuous, but that's what we're up against. Had she have told the truth, it would give her, I guess it would make her a little bit more credible, because her interview with Gayle was televised.
But
and
it
now
also explains why
got
she
her
lied.
lying on the Gayle interview. She kind of loses credibility to the jurors. And I know somebody was trying to say like what the demographic of the jurors are. It's a mixed jury. I think only they said 4 or 5 people are black. We know how we would feel. Of course, I feel like hell
I wonder
yeah.
how many of them are white men.
Huh?
I wonder how many of them are white men.
I mean,
Exactly.
listen, if I was on
Because
the
if
jury,
they are, she might not win this case. But
I mean,
what
if
you
I
said,
was
what
on
you
the
said is
jury, I would just
hold on,
say,
wait. What you said proves the point that what I'm saying is this: they do perceive black women as promiscuous, and that's why I feel like she lied about it, because she didn't want them to think like this type of thing. I think she went on Gayle King, and this is Gayle King. Like, this is for Oprah's friend. Like, I'm not going on here and saying this. I think that she was. Her PR person fucked her over, to be honest, in my own opinion, because
I
they
feel
should have
like her
told her. They
lawyer
should
should
have
have
told her.
advised against
They
that.
should have told her to tell the truth, but they told her not to, because she's going on with the PR person is telling her to do, and it's wrong. But my problem is that they shouldn't even have to do that. The reality is that he's wrong. Period. And the way this is working out for her, like, hopefully she makes it through, to be honest. Because if she doesn't, Tory's gonna live another life to do this again to somebody else with his whole violent past. Like, he's a problem. He's a whole problem in America, and they don't care.
And prosecution needs to focus on that. They need to
do.
talk about August Alsina. They need to talk about all of those incidents that he had that was violent.
I hope August Alsina goes to sit on the stand and say he's a violent person, and this is why.
I like what Doc from NC is saying. Her last comment.
Media and social influence, in my opinion, should focus on the fact she was victimized, and we as black women don't receive fair. That's what I've been saying the entire time. That's what I've been saying. I especially with Megan, she's not a light-skinned woman. So it makes her, like, the promiscuous thing, it rides with her. So let me think of who I can think of who, if this happened to, people have no issue with this. Ariana Grande. Let's put Ariana Grande in the situation. You think we'd be doing this entire time? Fuck no. This case would be open and closed in 3 days. It would be done. And that's what I'm saying. Just because she rap about sex, that doesn't make her a sexual person.
Which is why I would have told the truth.
I think, again, she did it to protect herself because she knows how this works. And in this industry, it doesn't protect her if she tells the truth or not.
Well,
if she tells the truth, it would destroy her career.
It's damning to her now, because now they're making it appear that it was a jealousy thing between her and Kelsey.
And Kelsey's a light-skinned woman. She is.
I mean,
who are they gonna believe?
I don't know. They're both black women in their eyes. To me,
they are. But Kelsey's low. She's a lot light-skinned than Megan. To me, I'm not going on anybody's side besides Megan, because I feel like Megan told the truth when she was supposed to. When it came down to this stuff, I think that she did lie, and I don't mind that part because I understand the fact that to protect myself, so I'm not sitting in jail while you figure it out, because I don't know if y'all ever been in jail, but it's not a nice place to be in. And I've been there a few times. It's not a nice place to be in. I would lie my ass off to not go and then tell the truth later on. I would definitely do it. Because once you get there, they're going to paint you as something else. Well, now that we're here and we have to go to court, I'm going to tell my story. But I do feel like people are giving her more flack because I'm telling you right now, this is Ariana Grande. This will be open and closed. And I'm glad that I even thought about that because it doesn't make sense to me. Megan Thee Stallion, she hasn't done anything wrong besides tell what happened to her. Now, she might have told things to make sure she's not going to jail, but she's told her truth. I think we need to separate the
I'll say
two.
this: I would have definitely wanted to give a background as to why his reasoning for shooting me. His reasoning for shooting me was he was caught.
I would not go until I went to court. When I had my attorney, when there's a possibility, I would not go to jail. Because I'm telling you, once you tell that, they're going to lock you up until you go to jail. And nobody wants to sit there during that time.
So Doc and C, I know you said you would change the narrative, but my thing is, how can we change the narrative when we're not being honest about the narrative?
Well, us as Black people can't really do that, and I don't know if she's he or she's agreeing with me. But you have to understand what it's. I mean, have you ever been in jail?
Yes, I've gone to jail. Okay. I have, and let me tell y'all this quick story. I went to jail. I rear-ended somebody, and they ran the warrants they run stuff for both parties. Right. The person that I hit had a warrant, and I had a warrant for insurance. They said I had two warrants. They took me to jail and not the person. And then when I get to the jail, they tell me, oh, one of the warrants was the person you hit. And so you actually shouldn't be here. And so when it actually came to me having to go to court, because I bailed myself out or whatever, paid my little money. But when I went to court, it was dismissed because I had insurance. But what I wish I would have done then.
Insurance covers you at jail?
No, I'm saying I had a ticket for no insurance. Oh, that's why I had a warrant. And so I actually had insurance at the time, but being a Black woman that hit a white man, which what was funny to me, the man that I hit, he gonna give me his car because he worked at a Cadillac dealership. He was like, here, you can use this later on. But the fact that they arrested me, knowing that me and him both had warrants, but they arrested me, I went to jail or whatever. I'm coming from work. It was just an injustice. And we can say all day, change the narrative, do this, do that. But they still are in charge of what happens with us. And young Rich, I'm not a felon. But
let me tell you something. The last time I went to jail, I went to jail. They was like, we're going to release you when you get there. We have to book you. They would not give me a phone call to call somebody to let them know that. I walked home from Fulton County to Bankhead. It was a 2-hour walk. So when I say this, I'm telling you, I'm saying this from experience. I don't trust none of this shit. So I understand the shit that she did because you don't know where you're gonna land at and who's gonna treat you right, who's gonna treat you wrong. They never gave me a phone call the entire time when I got to the jail cell. So when they released me, when I got arrested, my ex went with me when I got arrested because we knew I was gonna get arrested. They told him I'm gonna be there for the weekend. So he went to sleep. He was like thinking I'm not gonna get out. So when I called him that same night, he was asleep because he thought I was gonna be. So I had to walk home for 2 fucking hours. So I don't trust no damn jail. I don't trust police. And I will say this to the end of my fucking life. I don't trust police at all. That's why I don't have a damn car. Because I don't want to get pulled over for no stupid shit. Somebody who have a bad day and they need to meet their quota or whatever. That's why I don't drive. Because I don't trust police. And what Megan said when she said shit about him, how to treat Black men and Black people when they get pulled over or arrested. Hey, I stepped on blast. I understand that. Because people are afraid of the police. Because you may tell them a story and you might not make it out that next day. I don't give a damn.
I believe it because when I got arrested, I didn't know what they was gonna do to me. I was scared. I'm leaving work dressed nice, and that's the thing. You can look as best as you can because I'm dressed in an Argyle sweater, pea coat, all that, and they still took my Black ass to jail. Where did Nola go? Why did Nola leave?
It should be in the comments.
Oh, but I I've dealt with it, and it's still, even though it's unfair, it's like they feel a way about you regardless of what you look like.
But it's not even though it's unfair. I think it's like people protect themselves. So I get why she did the shit that she did. I even get why she might have done it for him. Because let's go home and like just figure this out, and maybe this doesn't go this far. But it didn't happen that way. I'm totally honest about me not trust the cops. I don't go out anywhere. I stay home. You know, I will go out with you, but I will go right back home. After after a few times, like I literally, if I'm not with y'all, I will go home. I don't trust cops at all. I've literally been at a bar when somebody stole my shit, and they told the cop that I stole their shit, and I got arrested. After that, I was done. I don't trust them. I said, I'm get my car. I'm done. And I don't care if there's a good cop or not. And then the crazy part is that the guy is a friend of friends of mine. So every time I see him, he apologizes to me. I'm like, fuck you and your apology. You're bullshit. Because
Can I ask this? Was he a person of color?
Yes. And every single time I see him, he apologizes to me. And I'm like, fuck you and stop apologizing to me because you shit and don't fucking talk to me. He does every time I see him, he does it every time. You feel this fucking bad. This shows me why I don't trust y'all. I literally I didn't even pull over my car or anything, but I limit my access to cops in my life. Because if I'm at a damn club and somebody say that they stole my phone and they tell me to leave and I can't go home because my phone is gone and you can't even understand the fact that shit, I cannot trust you. You arrested me because I can't get home. I don't trust you.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I like what Doc NC said. She said alcohol impeded their judgment, which, yes, we know that all of them have said it was a lot of alcohol at Kylie's party. And so they're trying to say that Megan was just out of control at the party, which I don't believe that.
That's what they're going to do. That's what they do. And they have Tory saying it, this girl saying it, the cops are saying it. But the reality is that she knows what happened. She knows what happened. But when alcohol gets involved, people are like, oh, people hate to like believe people who have been drinking. And that's the other thing I don't like. That's what I'm saying. This is why I do not do anything outside of my household at this point. Because you're not safe anywhere. She's going through this whole court case, and people are debating whether they believe her or not, and it's not fair.
Yeah, well, we need to do the hot pot YouTube, hubby, soon.
We should. I mean, like, we keep on saying it, but like, it needs to happen like extremely soon.
Yeah, I'm down. Whenever Saturday,
like, maybe this weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say Saturday.
I'm down for it.
Yes.
And y'all, I'm sorry to go on this tangent, but I'm very passionate about this conversation when it comes to cops, wherever you live at. You know, protect yourself. If you feel like they don't, in Atlanta, I just don't trust cops in Atlanta or anywhere. I don't trust any cops at all. But for me, I just protect my peace by not driving a car. I will Uber. If the Uber car gets pulled over.
My incident happened in Texas, actually, when I was living there. And it happened in a rich area of Texas. Lamar knows the area.
When are you coming to Atlanta, Lamar?
Yeah, when are you coming to Atlanta? My actual male bestie in January. Okay. And Deb, you gotta come with me when I go to Texas.
I'll go.
Yes, we're gonna take a road trip.
We driving?
Yes, it makes it funner. It's only like 12 or 13 hours.
Oh yeah, I will fly and meet you there.
No, you gotta ride with me. You gotta take the stops.
Let me tell you something. I used to drive 19 hours from Ohio to Florida with my ex-husband.
I'll do the driving.
I will never drive that long.
I'll do the driving. We're gonna take I
don't want to ride that long.
But we're gonna make stops because there's certain places that I want you to see.
Well, tell me where you want to stop at, and I will fly and stop at all those places. I'm not riding no car that long. I've done that already in my younger life.
I'm a driver. I love road trips. Me and my husband, we're supposed to be renting a camper Soon we're gonna drive cross country Route 66. We're gonna actually start in Chicago, where Route 66 starts, and
You have a
drive
camper?
all the way to Cali, huh?
You have a camper?
We were gonna rent one.
If you're in a camper, I might be able to do that.
You might come. Okay.
I never did that before. That is the experience that I wanted to have.
Yes, we gotta rent a camper, a YouTube camper, I guess.
And we're gonna vlog the whole thing.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm down.
Oh, I'm down for that. Okay, I'm down for that part. Listen, in the car though, I can't do it because I'm like my knees gonna fall off. Like I'm old. Like I can't.
No, I'm down with renting a camper.
Young Rich said, not y'all being nuck if you bug for real. I'm scared of y'all. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Listen, I'll tell you something right now. I do not with the cops at all. Cops and me do not mix together. That's why I don't go out that much. Like if you call me, I will go out. But like when you went out with the other person, I did go out. But normally I don't go out. Like I stay home.
And with the other person, I'll admit it was fun. It was fun with the other person. So.
And then I ended up going out after that because I was just drunk. But normally I stay at home because I'm not about to go risk my life for a good night.
When we went to the gay bar, though, it was fun. And so then when we got there, I was drunk, and then you was still buying Long Island, and I was like, oh my god.
I knew I was going home with somebody.
I lost my ID and my it was a business card that I had from the guy that does the PGA golf tours. Huh?
At that bar?
At the bar. Remember we met the man that does the PGA golf tours for the marketing for the PGA? We took his business card.
I don't remember.
Yes. We took his business card and I lost it. And I was so mad because we told him.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes. Yeah, and it was somebody I think working for Coca-Cola too. We was at the place we were
at the
Estrella. I think that was the rooftop, Estrella.
Yeah. I do remember that.
And don't nobody try to stalk Estrella now. I said it, but it was a very fun rooftop.
Yeah.
The
next time we go to a rooftop, we gotta go to the other one.
Okay.
I think you went to the one we went to the last time.
Claremont. I'm gonna just say Claremont. I'm going to the Claremont.
I mean, don't say it on you.
I had to be sure.
Because we can talk about it behind it. Now I can't go there now.
They won't know when we go.
We'll go to the other one.
We got to invite Lovable Lisa because she wants to come out with us too.
Okay. All right, so that was fun. We're going to definitely go on the Candy Shop channel next week on Wednesday. Same time, same place. So y'all make sure that you guys subscribe to her channel. It's on my channel. It's also in the description. If you want to tell them, you can go ahead and tell them where you can find it.
Yes, make sure you support me. The Candy Shop, that's the name of my channel. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subs. Soon I'll start a membership. I'll be doing more lives where I talk about, of course, reality shows, but my focus is more Black women and our issues. I like having conversations about that. Definitely support SoDeb as well. He's featured on my channel. I have fun over here every time that I come. But that's it. That's all I have. Make sure you subscribe to both channels.
All right. Also, guys, subscribe to my vlog channel. I'm actually about to do this live. I'm about people. Wait, what is it? Hold on. This gonna be a fun live too. The good morning text. So I'm about to be doing a live about that. I mean, not a live. I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video about it, but I'm doing a pre-recorded video about the good morning text and how toxic that shit is and how people don't respect that. So make sure you guys subscribe to that channel. Is there have any mods here?
Yeah, Chi-Town.
Chi-Town, you can drop my vlog channel in the chat. I saw Ms. Vader earlier.
And Nola said she was in the comments.
Oh, and Nola, y'all, it's on my channel, but if y'all could drop the link to my Little Death. Whoa. Just sub to CashApp. Why is your name Little Death?
Oh, thank you, Little Death. I don't know about your name, but thank you so much.
That is scary. Why's your name Little Death? Does that mean something? But anyways, if Chi-Town or Nola can drop that link in the chat, because that live, I keep saying that live. That video's gonna come up in a few days. Can you read that for me?
Oh, I said, oh, it's about coitus.
What is that? Do you know?
Head.
Huh?
Head.
Fellatio?
Yeah, so you unaliving people with your coitus?
I promise it's sexy. That is scary.
Oh,
Yeah,
danger. All I think is mystical.
Actually, I'm going to start doing Vlogmas on Friday. Because I'm gonna be traveling, so I'm gonna start doing Vlogmas on Friday on my vlog channel. That would be a cute rap name.
But I like the fact that it has the sexual connotation. That's
do you have a channel or something? I need to understand this because I'm
yes. But thank you for subscribing.
Okay. Yeah, Chi-Town. Can you pull up my vlog channel though?
Excuse me.
I got to shop all my stuff. I need to pull. I don't have my vlog channel or anything. Can you pull up the vlog channel for me, please? Because I want y'all to subscribe to this because I'm about to do this. This live gonna be so freaking funny, and I want people to go over there for that.
You can also find his vlog on my channel as well.
My vlog channel on your channel?
Yeah, I have both of your channels.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I feature
Look
both.
at you. Here you go, Nola. We had Nola. Can you pull up the vlog? I'm pulling myself.
And I would love to vlog. I have to buy an actual vlogging camera because all I have is my phone.
No, use your phone. Use your phone.
Use my phone. Vlogmas.
Yeah.
I can definitely do some vlogmas now. Am I freezing or you?
I don't know who it is because I'm trying to go to my channel to pull up my vlog channel. I don't know the damn YouTube studio. Please hold y'all. Please.
What you doing? What you doing, Deb?
I'm trying to pull up my vlog.
I wanted to go to Ranting's game night too.
I'm about to go over there with you, but I'm gonna be in the bed because I can't participate. I gotta be up at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
So, are we going live tomorrow talking about this case? I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do your channel, right?
Yeah, we can do mine tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, here we go.
She put up your channel.
Oh, here we go. Here's my vlog channel, y'all. Thank you, Chi-Town. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm going to start vlogging starting tomorrow, actually. And then
thank you, Cha-Cha.
I'm doing Vlogmas. So yes, thank you for subscribing to our channel. I'm gonna need a Christmas present for all this work. Now I asked you I didn't actually do all the stuff that you did. So you did extra stuff that I didn't ask for. Candy shop stuff is all she's on my personal channel. So but thank y'all for joining us. Don't you go anywhere to Candy Shop. We're gonna get off of here, and I love you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.
I did it. 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 I did it, I did it, did it, you did it, I did it, you did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, did it.